Hello, everyone. My name is Deepak, and I'm with the Tax Code Advisors. And last couple of weeks I haven't been responding back to you guys, at least not in an official manner. Just been busy with some medical issues, but I think recovering very well. So I thought maybe I'll take some time and try to answer a couple of your questions at least today, and then I promise to catch up with the rest of them as soon as possible. And going forward, get back to normal. So today's question is from Jonathan. Jonathan had recently started a company, used an online service to set it up, you know, and he's wondering if he can write off all the expenses that he incurred, such as traveling, hotels, meals, courses, research. So he had a big list here. I'm not going to bother you with it, but he's saying, look, I did not really make I haven't made any money this year so far, but hopefully I'll make something. But should I be able to write off the expenses or not? All right, so that's a great question because obviously we are involved in setting up a lot of startups. We help companies set up restaurants, IT companies, all kind of businesses, and this is a very common question. So I think it's going to be very helpful to a lot of people. So let me see if I can break it down for you, make it a little bit easy to understand. So there are two parts, right? So there's cost that you incurred before you set up the company, and the cost that you incurred after you set up the company. And then I'm glad you also bring up the revenue part. So I'll talk about it a little bit towards the end. So you're allowed to deduct up to $50,000 in startup expenses. Okay, 50,000, but you cannot deduct all 50,000 up front. So IRS said, look, we understand that you're starting up a business. We want to encourage you to start up a business, and we understand you're going to have some cost associated with setting up a business. We understand that. So we're going to let you write off up to $5,000 for organizational cost and up to $5,000 for startup cost. So what's the difference? There's some costs associated probably with you setting up a company, such as legal fees. So those fees you can write off as part of your organization cost. And anything else, for example, you travel and whatnot, you can write off at a startup expense. So that's the maximum, up to $10,000 in the first year. Everything else gets amortized over the next 15 years. So you get to write off a little bit of that over the next 15 years. You cannot take that deduction all at once, providing your expenses were less than $50,000. That's the basics of it. Now, second part is you bring up it, look, I haven't had a revenue so far. So I would like to understand why not. Is this in a hobby? This business is going to be successful. You're running into some trouble, some challenges. We should dig a little bit deeper into all that, try to figure out what's going on. And the reason why I say that is because if you're going to continue to have expenses for the rest of the year, doing things, maybe paying somebody and so forth, you're going to have a negative revenue at the end of the year. IRS doesn't like that. If you have reported negative revenue or negative profit, basically, for 2 out of the last 3 years, then they start to get really suspicious. So I don't recommend my clients to run losses, and you don't want to run into losses yourself as well. So we should really understand what's going on in here. We need to figure out how to generate revenue this year. That would be my focus, but I don't know what kind of business you are in, what are you trying to do, and so forth. So I can't really advise you as to how you can fix that. But let me tell you a little bit about ourselves. Maybe you find some value in it. So, obviously we are a tax firm, but primarily we are an advisory firm. That's our focus here. I've been a small business owner. I'm a real estate developer, real estate owner. I've gone through all kind of phases with startups and businesses, and been doing this for a long time. So I've seen a lot of ups and downs, and I have a lot of connections, a lot of knowledge that I can share with you. So if you reach out to me and set up an advisory call, I think I should be able to get you a little bit better clarity. Now, the biggest problem I see in small business owners is when they set up a business, they think they understand the business, and they should. That's why they're getting into the business. But they perhaps understand just one part of that business. Maybe you're into a sales, so maybe you understand the sales, or maybe you're in manufacturing, you understand manufacturing. Maybe you're in marketing and you understand the marketing. But overall business, I think you'll find a lot of value having advisors on your side who can kind of guide you, coach you as to how to get to the finishing line as fast as possible. In matter of fact, sometimes even being able to accept the reality and cut your losses before it's too late is extremely beneficial as well. But that would not happen unless you talk to the right people. So my advice to you would be is to set up a call. We have a free discovery call for 15 minutes. We can talk. I can tell you all about us and see how we can be helpful to you. And if you like it, then we continue on our advisory services with you, and we'll see how things go. I think you'll find a lot of value in it because before I got into this business, I don't know if anybody else did that. People focus on separate parts of it. Some people focused on, for example, tax only. Some people talk about finance. Some people focus on insurance. Some people talk on health benefits. But there's no one place where you can actually go get proper advice and on overall business that incorporates all of these things, talks about payroll, contractors, your personal finance, such as your real estate and everything else that you have going on in life, and see what can we do to optimize them so that you get the maximum outcome. That's what we do here at the Tax Code Advisors. So give me a call and give us a chance, and then you'll let everybody else know in your community. So I hope that answers the question. If you have any other questions, just WhatsApp me, just like you did this one, and I'll try to get back to you with an answer. Thank you.